Ciao, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today I'm hungry, and I'm sure you are too. And we're here in Caserta, Italy. Behind me, you have the Royal Palace of Caserta. That's where the kings of Naples and Sicily, that was their humble abode, let's say. But anyway, you're not here to learn about Baroque palaces and that kind of beauty when you're here in Italy. You're here to learn about the food. But more importantly, how do you know if you're at a more traditional Italian restaurant or if you're going to a tourist trap restaurant? And we have a video on how to find tourist restaurants in Italy, but this time I really wanted to focus on things you can see that maybe it's a restaurant that seems like it might be touristy, but there are some things that make it truly Italian, okay? And I think one thing you want to look out for is when you get the menu at a truly Italian restaurant, it's all in Italian, and you might not understand too many things on that menu. Like, you might recognize 1, 2, or 3 things. You're like, oh, that's insalata. That's a salad, right? And oh, there's risotto. I know what risotto is. These other things, I'm not really sure. I mean, what you have to understand is when you go to restaurants in Italy, really, people eat very regionally here. So it's going to be regional dishes. That's why it's important. You look up the regional dishes if you're here by Naples, or if you're up in the Veneto, or if you're down by Bari, That's going to help you out to know what that menu says. But honestly, that's one of the giveaways. The menu is in Italian. That's it. And you might not know everything that's there, and that's why another thing with the menu that will also give it away is if it's not very extensive. Because Italian restaurants, again, they focus in that region, so there's going to be maybe 3 or 4 primi piatti, kind of pasta kind of things, or 3 or 4 secondi piatti, secondary plates. It's not the Cheesecake Factory. They're not going to have 400 different things for you to choose from. That's what the tourist restaurants do when you're here. And also, a true Italian restaurant will not have pictures of their food. You'll just know that whatever you order is fantastic. Now, another thing that's important, and this is one you'll kind of notice when you go around, is if you only hear Italian in the restaurant, that's probably a good sign that's where the locals go. I mean, for us, that's one of our big kind of check marks to see, should we go in this restaurant or not? If we see there's a lot of locals in there and they're all in Italian and they're enjoying themselves, it's probably going to be good. And that's why sometimes if you're in a place like Rome or Naples, you might see a number of tourists there, but if you see locals there too and they're speaking Italian and everything, you're probably going to be okay. Now, another thing you might notice when you go to an Italian restaurant is no matter what you're wearing, probably the servers are dressed better than you. I mean, it's Italy, and so actually that's one thing that might be at a tourist restaurant or at a local Italian restaurant. They're just gonna be dressed better than you, so you know that. So if you know you're like dressing way better than the people working there, or you look more put together, might not be super Italian. Now, another little thing you might notice on the table that will tell you if it's like a truly Italian restaurant or not is if they don't have salt and pepper on the table already, then that's a good sign, because Italians really trust the chef to know what the flavors should be, how everything should be spiced just right, so they don't have salt and pepper on the table. Now, you can ask for salt and pepper and they have it, no problem, but it's not on the table. Now, if it's a tourist place, they'll know, travelers like to have their salt and pepper just in case. Look, true Italian restaurants, they don't leave it out there because the chef already knows what's going to be perfect for you and for those dishes you order. Now, another true sign that you're at an Italian restaurant is if it closes from like 2:30 to 7 or 3 to 7, because they don't open 24 hours a day for feeding people here. Truly Italian restaurants are open for lunch, and they're open for dinner, and they're closed in the afternoon, okay? So if you're eating at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it's probably more geared towards tourists, which is okay. And that's one thing I want to say. Don't think that you don't go to tourist restaurants when you travel or when you're in Italy, because a lot of them actually have good food and they'll give you a taste of Italy. But if you want to get that true Italian restaurant, just realize you're not going to be eating before 7 o'clock at night. And one thing I think is also important, and this is one that I do really see a difference when it comes to timing. Look, if you're a truly Italian restaurant, it takes time. It takes time to get seated. It takes time to get your menu. It takes time for them to take your order. It takes time to get your drinks out to you, to get your food to you. I mean, it is much more of an experience when you go to eat at a truly Italian restaurant. Whereas if you're in Verona, right by the arena, or if you're in Rome, right next to the Pantheon or whatever, those places know we've got to turn over the tourists, so they kind of get you through quicker, and so things are coming faster. So sometimes tourist restaurants are better in that if you don't have a lot of time, you might want to go there to get your food quicker. But if you want that true Italian experience, you go to a true Italian restaurant, it's going to take you some time, okay? I want you to know that there. And probably the most important thing that's going to let you know that you're at a truly Italian restaurant is you love every minute of it. From your aperitivo at the beginning to your insalata to your first plate, your second plate, every bite, whether it's tiramisu, panna cotta, or a baba, whatever you get, you will love it all to the last bite, because Italian food is truly wonderful. And that's why I do feel bad when I hear from tourists saying how much they hated Italian food or how unimpressed they were. I'm like, well, where did you eat? Oh, I ate outside the Colosseum. I ate right off the Grand Canal in Venice, and I had it right. I could see the Duomo in Florence. I'm like, well, yeah, those are all tourist spots because they're right by tourist spots, right? So that can be an issue, because I don't want you to have that experience here. I want you to enjoy true Italian food, and I hope this list of things can help you find a truly Italian restaurant. And the thing is, it's not all Italians that go to Italian places. International travelers go there as well to find that great food, and I hope you can too. And if you got great, truly Italian restaurants that you love, put in the comment section below and say where it is and what city it's in, so people can find fantastic Italian food when they're here. And I'll say buon appetito from here in Caserta, Italy. Ciao.